The Star is a beautiful card. It's one of the most positive cards in the deck, and here on the Thoth deck this speaks to us as well as the standard symbolism as about Crowley's philosophy of every man and every woman is a star, and the goddess knew it, the eternal mother of ancient Egyptian cosmology, a symbol of unity of life, from where all life springs from the stars that are within her. She is everything that can possibly be created, everything that can be, as well as a protective goddess, the firmament of the sky, of which protects us down on the plane of the earth from invaders or from dangers of the darkness beyond. This is very different to the Rider-Waite star card, but even this is such a colourful and beautiful card, and it shows your cup overflowing with the waters of life and all of the stars and the growth and beauty of the natural world here. The Star, one of the best cards that you can draw in the deck. On the Tree of Life, the Star card connects Tifereth with Shokmar, and therefore she is a gap, a bridge if you like, between the formless and the form, between the spiritual and the physical. And you can actually see this even on the Rider-Waite deck, where one foot is in the water and the other one is upon the land, the water being the formless world and the land, of course, the earth, being the physical world. At the bottom of the card we can see our Hebrew character, and this time it's the very powerful character of Hay, the word Hay here meaning a window. A window, of course, in our home gives light into our house and also protects us from the elements outside. And we can see that in the goddess knew it, as well as, if you like, a sort of metaphysical musing on your windows, that they are themselves a bridge between the outside world and the inside, and that type of thing. So to look out of a window, of course, is to look across a vista of the created world. And Hay is also very much connected with the Tetragrammaton. It is a letter which appears twice in the Tetragrammaton, as you can see on the images here, and the first Hay, which is known as the primal Hay, represents the Great Mother, which is Nuit if we're looking at it in the Thelemic terms here, and the final Hay would be the daughter of, so essentially the princess figure that one can see on the star cards. So looking at that, the letter Hay is a feminine letter, and the energy therefore of Hay is an energy of the divine feminine. And you can see this echoed yet again in the astrological association, which here on the bottom of the card yet again we can see that the star is ruled by Aquarius, and many images of Aquarius have this idea of one's cup overflowing and show this divine feminine goddess, which is echoed on the actual design that you can see on the card. Aquarius is a wonderful element in astrology. It's about the uniqueness of life and the humanitarianism, and you've seen Aquarius in the New Age and the Age of Aquarius, for example, and things such as that. The star card therefore shares that energy and those qualities of the Aquarian age and the Aquarian symbology, and so she's basically saying here there is a divinity and a unique nature, a unique spirit within all of us, and she's encouraging us to be, as she is, a bridge between those two worlds, and to manifest our highest good, our true will, be the best version of ourselves, essentially. It's very powerful and very life-affirming. The actual figure that you can see on the Thoth star card is the goddess Nuit, as one may have guessed, and so it's actually the manifested form of Nuit, and this comes back in a later card, the card of the Aeon, and we will discuss it more there. Now you can see a golden cup here on the card. Now the gold, of course, is the sun, and the sun is symbolic of life and the giver and bringer of life, so in religious terms it would be God as the Father, and she's pouring out of this cup this substance, and this substance is the potential of that God, so it's the potential of creation itself, and she's basically bathing in this potential. She's pouring it out onto herself, and therefore she is taking that energy into herself, and she becomes a conduit for it, because she would use that energy to manifest. So essentially, in simple terms, it's the water of life. And this is in the Bible what would be called the Word. In the beginning was the Word. It's the oneness that we've spoken about in other things. It's the singularity in scientific terms, that massive potential and light. It's inner light, kundalini, it's all of those things. The waters of life, the purity and wonder of everything put together. And you can see a blue star, a 7-pointed star, which is the star of Venus. And this is twisting round here and sort of coming around and through the cup. And this, therefore, is showing that the universe, which is behind, and therefore behind everything, the universe, is comprised out of love. The number 7 with the point of the star is Venus, and the 7th Sephiroth, Netzach, on the Tree of Life, is ruled by Venus, so we always have that connection coming through there. There's also a silver cup in her other hand, as a duality symbol, of course. If the golden cup is the sun, then the silver cup is going to be the moon, and so here she's holding illusion in this hand. So as the spiritual waters of life become manifested into the world, the wonder and beauty of it becomes lost as it turns into the world of illusion, because the physical world, even though it has all these fantastic things to do and to experience, is a world of which it's comprised out of illusion, and the lower the energy becomes, the further away it gets from that light, which is its source. However, this is shown within Aleister Crowley's work, at least as he says in the book of Thoth, that there is the blood of the Holy Grail, which, as you may know, Crowley regards to be a sexual unity, and that it happens in the physical world and therefore is poured out of the cup onto the physical plane beneath her, and so it's showing that the birth of new life and things like that is happening there. And Crowley points out as well in the book of Thoth that this silver cup and the energy within it isn't spiral like the rest of the card. So the rest of the card has this kind of very spiral theme to it, where this one isn't. It's slightly more linear, it's more comprised out of straight lines. And he suggests that this is because the mind of man is obsessed with the physical world, the men of science, and let's try and make mathematical lines and shapes and equations for everything. And this very solid and physical world becomes a block to the more amorphous, the more subtle world of the spirit, hence the spirals for the world of the spirit and the straight lines for the world of the physical. We also have another star up in the top left corner of the card. This is another 7-pointed star, but this time it's the star of Babylon, the goddess Babylon, which we saw over on the Lust card. And Crowley says that Babylon itself is actually like a secret or forbidden name. And the reason that this is here is it unites everything in the card, so you can see the spiral rays that are coming out of it. They touch everything, so they're touching all of creation. They're also kind of pyramidal in shape in a way, because Babylon is connected with the city of pyramids, and so this is a complement to the duality of existence that we've had before. So she is essentially the light of God, the inspiration of the universe. So when we get ourselves into a bad state and we need to build ourselves back up, we have to reach out for a better feeling thought. And then when you've found the better feeling thought, reach for another better feeling thought, and so on, until you discover your inspiration laying dormant within you. So this symbol is showing that there is endless possibilities out there in the universe, comprised out of this divine spark, this artistic sort of channeling that comes into us and we don't know where it's come from, and it inspires us to action, to love, to create, and so on and so forth. There's this large sphere or globe which is shown in the card, and this isn't actually the Earth, it's instead the universe itself, of which the Earth is only a small part of. So the star of Venus, which spirals out, fills that whole globe, showing once more that that energy, which is comprised at its highest form of the universal love, is present in everything in the universe. The Earth is shown on the card at the bottom of the card, and it's crystalline. These are things that we've seen on this deck before. There's actually 20 here, 7-sided solid objects representing the physical world, and these are symbolic of matter, the world of matter, and therefore they're separate from the spiritual realms. They are, if you like, the world of things that have been made manifest, so the things around us, like our furniture and so on, which has begun life as a thought, but has then been crafted into a geometric shape within the world of matter. The 20 shapes as well can also refer themselves to the character Yod, and therefore going back to the Hermit card, which is the potential to manifest all possibilities in life. So, as I was saying there before, the world of thought, where these things begin, is infinite. The amount of different things that can be built and experienced and seen in the world is created out of infinite possibilities. Over in the top right hand corner of the card you can actually see, very, very difficult for a lot of people to see, but there are butterflies here, and there are actually 5 butterflies, and these are souls that are free from matter. So they've sprung up from the world of matter, and they've freed themselves from it. They've gone back into the universe. 5 is the 5th element, it's spirit. So they're the element which is separate from the 4 elements, which are matter. So these have experienced all that matter and all the things of the earth, and they've risen above it. They've risen and evolved into a higher form of understanding. Beneath the butterflies are some roses that you can see here. There's actually 3 red roses. These are another fertility symbol, and the colour red and the rose, as you may know, is a symbol of love in popular culture as well, so it's showing a type of true love and not purely a sexual love. It's the pure love yet again. The actual background itself, which is quite obscured, is a sea. It's the formless sea, what some would call primordial soup, if you like, if you want to look at it scientifically. But basically that's the formless world. That is the infinite possibilities that the universe comes into manifestation from. And in the background you can see at the bottom the pyramid city. So it looks like Egypt, of course, but that is the world that it's taking place in, and these are the home of the souls. So these are the home of the enlightened ones in Thelema, which of course is where the Book of the Law was actually written, in the pyramids of Egypt. And so this card is a fantastic one to turn over in your tarot readings. It's inspiring you to be inspired by life itself. It's basically saying to you, put the tarot deck down and go out and follow your dreams. You know, go and do exactly what you want to do. Find that spark within you and direct your energy into it, and express everything that it means to you, and good things will happen. Because when you focus on these better feeling thoughts, as we say, it builds you up and evolves you to higher levels, just as those butterflies are evolving out of the lower worlds and going up to the top. So this card is a card of a huge encouragement, both physically and spiritually. It's saying, you know, it could be saying to you, you've had bad times and now you're going to be moving on. The time's come, you've learnt your lesson from whatever that was going to teach you, and it's inspired you, and now you can express something more in that wonderful way. It's a beautiful card, and on the journey of the tarot, this really represents something which has been yearned towards throughout many of the other cards, and so it's joy. It's been open to love, and it's trusting that formlessness. It's trusting the universe to bring experiences and thoughts and intuitions into you, and you should trust them and follow them.